So, aloha and good morning. And happy, well, doesn't really matter what day it is it? But I think it's Wednesday. But I'm sort of on vacation and I'm retired, and so it really doesn't matter what day it is, right? So anyway, aloha. It's Mike's from livemyassoff.com, and I hope you're doing great. And I'm back at the beach, and as I may or may not have mentioned, I mentioned this as I left a few messages like from my buddies and from my mom and dad at home, when we first got here to Cha Am, which is in the southwest part of Thailand, and so therefore the beach right here faces east, and I thought, oh, well, that's a bummer, I won't be able to see sunsets, because I really like those. And you know, as you probably have experienced on beaches at sunset, many other people like sunsets as well, so it gets quite crowded. And what I realized is I also like sunrises, but for whatever reason, the habit has been, well, you know, let's go to the beach and watch sunset, right? And so, but here's the cool part, is that it is not a habit or a custom for most people to watch sunrises. And as you may or may not have seen me mention or comment on other videos that I've done about the fact that when the beach is what I like to refer to as only child beach, meaning it's absolutely vacant and I'm not sharing it with anybody, well, it's only child beach. And as an only child, guess how comfortable that makes me. So therefore, when it is at the level of only child beach, and I'm actually quite happy, and that's where we're at right now. So the sunrises have been pleasurable, and again for 2 days in a row. So you know, I realize that I'm still on vacation, and will be for probably a month or so. But you know, it's one of the things that I wanted to share about this morning, which is, I mean, I'm 51, and there's these things that here's what I love about, I guess, my open-mindedness, even though I realize I have a lot of closed-mindedness, is the fact that I'm still learning. And there's this one phrase that I always loved that I learned probably in 2008, I think, because it was right at the beginning of grad school, which is a phrase that many people credit Michelangelo for, which is ancora imparo. I am always learning, yet I am always learning is sort of the translation of that. And man, if you're always learning, right? If I am always learning, if I'm always open-minded to the best of my ability, well, it seems that I'm a lot happier, but also I'm really open to a whole lot of experiences. And you know, to be fair, not every one of those experiences is amazing. I'm really open to the experience of stubbing my toe on this, you know, right? Yeah, no. I'm really open to the experience of saying, hey, you know, I might like sunrises over sunsets. And it's a neat sort of time too, because I will usually wake up, my body usually wakes up about 5:30. And you know, there's a part of me that's like, dude, I'm on vacation, why should I get up? And it's like, I'm gonna get up whenever I'm gonna get up, whether it's 5:30 and it's dark out, or whether it's 7:30 and it's light out. You know, I don't need to I don't need to beat myself up, oh my God, Mike, you've missed 2 hours of the day. So that's another thing too. It's kind of nice just sort of having the having the flexibility. And I'm enjoying myself, let's just say that. And having Gracie at my side is definitely in the top one. Having her here with me is really great, and being able to experience all of this new. When we first met in Boracay, that was new for me. She had lived there 9 years, and then we would go to some places where she had been before, or where I had been before. And I don't remember which place it was, but I remember the first place that we went to that was new for both of us the first time. And that was kind of cool. And I was grateful that I made note of it. And I'm like, we got to do this more often. We got to go to places that both of us have never been before. This is really cool. Now, to be fair, I have been to Thailand many times before she had been the first time with me. So, I know, I know a whole 12 more words than her. But she's also a little bit more shy too, so it's a little bit more difficult for her to be a little bit more assertive when she's talking to anybody for the first time, quite frankly. But the, and I also like sort of speaking Thai. I like learning new words and that sort of thing. We had a really great time yesterday, actually, when both of us did, when we met with this woman. She was trying to speak English, and I was trying to speak English slowly. I was trying to learn new Thai words along the way as she was showing us this condo. And, but anyway, just to the point of these morning beach walks, I will say that I'm glad that, I'm open-minded enough to realize that I need to be open-minded enough to experience new things, because I'm really starting to like these sunrises. And it was another thing too, where it was sort of like, it's not like I've never seen a sunrise before in my life, right? And one could argue that one of the very touristy and enjoyable things that a lot of people do when they go to Haleakala in Maui is they get up at like 3 in the morning and they take this damn van all the way to the top of the silly volcano, inactive, and they ride these bikes down. And I've done something similar to that. We stayed up there and it was, expensive, but very enjoyable. And the view is amazing, the sunrise is awesome. But the point is that these sunrises on literally only Child Beach, man, well, I'm living the dream. And it's one of the reasons I moved here and wanted to find an environment like this. So I wanted to just check in and share a little bit of that with you. Invite you to find a scenario in your life that is very similar to that. If for no other reason, then I'm just here to tell you that since I have, my life is that just one more day enjoyable. So, you may not have the desire for that, you may not need that. I did, and I wanted it, so I went for it. I also want to thank the guys and gals who have commented and sent me DMs, actually, on the YouTube channel. Also on Facebook, thanking me for the videos. I appreciate it, but also that have shared that they're on a similar path. There was one gent that was, the world is so small, right? So he actually is living very close to where I was in San Diego, and he's getting ready to do the whole, be an expat, kind of retire, not really, but, stop working the way he has been, or whatever, at least the way that I described it. And instead of doing the Thailand thing like I am, do a Mexico thing. And I was like, right on, man, that's like totally cool. I did a Mexico thing for a little bit, and in fact, in another video I shared a little bit about how Thailand is my New Mexico. And that's the other thing. I'll actually get into a video on that. Maybe I'll start that series, or I'll continue with that series tomorrow, because that's something I really want to do. I want to talk about, really why Thailand is it for me. And it might not be the reasons you think. I mean, yeah, it's the beautiful weather and stuff, but it's also because of the detriment to my psyche that non-beautiful weather has. And you can be like, yeah, right, Mike. I mean, I totally get in a good mood when it's nice and warm out. Yeah, well, me too. I also get in a really lousy mood when it's cold out. And you might have, had people experience, like, yeah, when it gets cloudy out, like, I get some sort of seasonal affective disorder. I don't necessarily have a medical diagnosis relative to that. But what I can tell you is that I'm able to identify a feeling, a behavior in my, whether it's chemical makeup or just, enough days in a row where I'm like, hey, this is not I don't dig this, dude. Such that, you know, one could argue that a very modern solution to it, and I'm not saying it's a bad one, would be prescription medication, psychotropics potentially, so that I can cope with the cold, in air quotes, in my summary, weather. And yeah, maybe a copay on that medication might only be $10 or $15, and this silly plane ticket that I just bought was $500. But so far, the side effects are much more to my liking. Let's just say that. I wanted to do this more than I wanted to trial some various drugs. Let's just say that. I didn't want to be able to survive in a city on medication. I would prefer to survive in another part of the world. And again, you know, it's not like I'm just in a different city. I mean, I'm in a different part of the world. And by that I mean I'm in Southeast Asia, but I'm at latitude 13, latitude 12, latitude 13. So yeah, there is a different angle of the sun. There, you know, I'm very photon driven is the way I sort of label myself. So anyway, so I have found my medication. Let's just say that. And I hope that for you. I hope that you find whatever solution makes you be like, you know what? I really want to get up this morning, not just to survive, but I want to get up this morning because I am the luckiest guy in the world. And there's a part of me that does not think it's a ridiculous statement to say that if you wake up and you do not think that you are the luckiest guy in the world and you have the best life in the whole entire world, then you should change it. That's been my experience. I can't dictate life for anybody else, but I'm here to share with you on my YouTube channel. I'm not sharing this on anybody else's YouTube channel. That I get to wake up every single morning and I get to live a life that I love. Many people label it as something they wish they could do. And you know all those things you said you wish you could do and you really wanted to go do? Go do them. Just go do them. If you're watching this video, I would submit you're in the top 10% at least of all the people in the world. You have the means. You have the ability. You may not think so, but get out and travel. Save $200, go get a passport. Save another $300, go get a ticket. Wake up in the morning and live the dream. It's not gonna happen overnight. But I'll tell you what, if you're not living the dream, you're doing it wrong. Ciao.